Hey everybody, Mom's is back here again. As you can see, I am no longer wearing my Rams shirt. My team did not do well today. As a matter of fact, I unfortunately witnessed the travesty that was the end of the game that gave the Eagles the win. It just, I can't even. So I'm going to have a little drink to drown my sorrows. And I thought what I would do this time is something different than I've done so far in my previous videos. And that is I have a sample here of old GrandDad 7-year bottle and bond. I got a sample from Amanda. She's part of the Whiskey Weather bourbon group that I'm a part of. I have never had old GrandDad 7-year bottle and bond. So she made the mistake of, hey, go look at my only drams. Let me know what you're interested in. Her and her husband had like 400 plus bottles listed on their only drams. And I'm like, okay, I've got to keep this, realistic. So I tried to be nice and was like, hey, these are the 6 that I want. And she's like, well, if you want a little bit more, I'm willing to ship up to 11. It's like, oh, okay, well, hold on. I've actually got 5 more because I had picked my top 11 that I wanted to start with. And then ironically, she's like, well, if you want to pick, 11 or 12 or, I'll be happy to, send those out. She's like, I've only got a couple of the 2-ounce sample bottles. The rest are on 1 ounces. I'm like, I don't care. That's one of the things that I've come to love very quickly about the bourbon community is their willingness to share samples and stuff like that. So with that being said, let's get this old GrandDad 7-year bottle and bond that I have never had poured into the new Riff Glencairn. Gotta make sure we get every drop. Can't let one go to waste. I said, can't let any go to waste. Okay. I can just move that aside. Okay, so let's just get into this very quickly. So, as everybody knows, well, maybe you don't know if you're a newbie like me. I didn't know. But there are very strict rules when it comes to a bottle and bond. One of them is it has to be bottled at 100 proof. And that's the biggest one I remember. Maybe for people that are new like I am, I'll have something more written up. That's the biggest takeaway that I remember about bottle and bonds is, it has to be 100 proof. This is from, Jim Beam Distillery, old GrandDad is. Obviously aged at 7 years. The mash bill, I'm not gonna lie, I had to look it up. It's 63% corn, 27% rye, and 10% malted barley. And I also looked, and I want to double check. Yeah, they're saying the MSRP on this is $40, so not bad. I mean, for a 7-year, and for those of you that may be new as well, typically it's around $10 per year that something is aged, which in the 9 months I've been doing this doesn't entirely line up, because it's like, here's a 7-year that's, an MSRP around $40, but yet I've seen 13 years that are, over $200. So I'm still trying to make sense of all that. It's like, to me, if you say it's 10 years per year that it sits in the barrel, then, if it's 10 years, I'm fully looking for it to be $100. Don't give me a 10-year that's $150. But anyway, I digress. So let's get into this. I'm actually excited since I've not had it. Classic beam nose. Peanuts. Getting some caramel. I'm not sure how people say it. Some people say caramel. I say caramel. Some say caramel. A little bit of hint of orange peel. Sorry, I want to reset my sniffer. That's something else I've learned in my newness is that, if you need to reset the, sniffer or whatever, sniff some skin. Oh, actually, I think it's like hints of like a dark chocolate orange peel. Oh, wow. That nose is really good. Yeah, the more I nose this, the more I'm getting a lot more of the, you all know, like the chocolate covered orange creams, right? That's kind of what it's kind of like a combination of. Like if an orange rind was dipped in dark chocolate. Oh man, that is so good. We might sit here and sniff this for another minute. Oh, wow, that's shoot. Okay. Y'all aren't here to watch me, sniff around on bourbon for, 10 minutes. So let's see what it tastes like. It's got some good viscosity to it. Got those fingers kind of coming along. Ooh, right off the bat, I'm gonna like jump ahead a little bit, but that was kind of a short finish for me. But I'm not gonna judge it on that yet. There's that fruitiness to it, a little spicy too, actually. Maybe some cinnamon. I'd say that's more like a cinnamon spice for me. Little bit of brown sugar I'm picking up. I'm trying to decide what nut it is. I don't know if it's like a hazelnut, an almond. I think I'm going to lean more towards hazelnut. As opposed to almond. There might even be some kind of a hint of fruit in here. Yeah, maybe like an apple. Maybe like a Golden Delicious or something. So yeah, cinnamon, spice, brown sugar. I'm gonna lean and say maybe hazelnut. Maybe like a Golden Delicious apple to it. The finish, I still, I'm going to stand by what I said earlier, is it's a lot shorter than I wanted it to be. It's slightly warm. You definitely get the lingering notes of like that golden delicious apple, if it is a golden delicious apple. I don't know, that's just what it reminds me of. I definitely get just a slight hint of chocolate. But then like the finish completely loses the nuttiness from the nose. That's, you know, as everybody says, is classic of Jim Beam. This is really good. I mean, for it to be a 7-year priced at $40, yeah, if I find this out in the wild, so to speak, I would definitely pick it up. Yeah, for sure. If you guys haven't tried the old GrandDad, see, and this won't be edited because I don't know how to edit. So again, you know, what you see is what you get. I'm as real as you're gonna find on here. No fancy editing and everything. So anyway, take 2. If you can find the old GrandDad 7-year bottle and bond, this being my first time trying it, I would recommend it, especially, like I said, coming in at that $40 MSRP, it being 7 years old. You know, it's, you know, not classic Jim Beam, but, you know, it's got all the hints of what Jim Beam is. So, yeah. Thank you, Amanda, for sending this to me. I really appreciate it. And as I get into some the other like 10 samples, I'll share it with you guys as well. As always, drink responsibly and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Take care.